Saturday of the fourth week in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the letter to the Hebrews. Brothers and sisters, through Jesus, let us continually offer God a sacrifice of praise. That is, the fruit of lips that confess His name. Do not neglect to do good and to share what you have. God is pleased by sacrifices of that kind. Obey your leaders and defer to them, for they keep watch over you and will have to give an account, that they may fulfill their task with joy and not with sorrow, for that would be of no advantage to you. May the God of peace, who brought up from the dead the great shepherd of the sheep by the blood of the eternal covenant, furnish you with all that is good, that you may do His will. May He carry out in you what is pleasing to Him through Jesus Christ, to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen. The word of the Lord.
Responsorial Psalm. The response is, "The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. In verdant pastures He gives me repose. Beside restful waters He leads me. He refreshes my soul. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. He guides me in right paths for His name's sake. Even though I walk in the dark valley, I fear no evil, for You are at my side. With Your rod and Your staff that give me courage. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. You spread the table before me in the sight of my foes. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. Only goodness and kindness follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord for years to come. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want."
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. The apostles gathered together with Jesus and reported all that they had done and taught. He said to them, "Come away by yourselves to a deserted place and rest a while." People were coming and going in great numbers, and they had no opportunity even to eat. So they went off in the boat by themselves to a deserted place. People saw them leaving, and many came to know about it. They hastened there on foot from all the towns and arrived at the place before them. When Jesus disembarked and saw the vast crowd, His heart was moved with pity for them, for they were like sheep without a shepherd, and He began to teach them many things. The Gospel of the Lord.
Saturday of the fourth week in Ordinary Time. The first reading comes from the letter to the Hebrews, chapter 13, verses 15 to 17 and 20 to 21. This is the conclusion of the letter to the Hebrews, and we hear a series of exhortations that those in the community should follow the good example left by Jesus, that they should obey their leaders, because the leaders have been appointed by God, and perform a task which is not easy. And after these instructions, we hear a blessing that the God of peace, remember this idea of peace was mentioned early in the letter, that we should enter into the rest, the peace that God has offered us, that God of peace who's brought us back from death through the blood of the good shepherd, the shepherd of the sheep, Jesus, that He furnishes us with whatever is good. The Gospel is from Mark 6:30 to 34. Jesus invites the apostles to go off to a deserted place and pray. That we must alternate between activity and prayer, because if we don't have the prayer, then we're not going to recharge our spiritual batteries. We'll have nothing to offer people. And instead of giving a measured response, we'll begin to react to situations. They go off to pray, but many people follow them, even to a deserted place, because they've heard about Him and they want to see Him, they want to meet Him. What does Jesus respond? He sees the vast crowd and he sees that they're like sheep without a shepherd. Their shepherd is supposed to be the king of Israel. Well, they don't have kings anymore, so it's supposed to be the spiritual leaders of Israel, the priests, the Pharisees. But they're not providing true leadership. They're just leading the people astray. So he has to be their shepherd. And he calls the apostles to share in that responsibility. And Jesus began to teach them many things. This is a question of instructing them in the right path, because that's what a good shepherd does. He leads his sheep along the right path. And may God bless us.